Hello, fellow fantasy sports fans. Welcome to MFSN, the Hub's live Major League Baseball, fantasy baseball draft. We're excited to be here. I'm here with Kasey, Vlad to the Bone, Shienvold, and Ross the Boss.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ross the Boss. And we're here on draft day. It's very exciting here. And no one can accuse us of cheating because I'm batting 6th in the lineup. Kasey's batting 10th, and you're batting 12th, Dan. So
that's right.
I don't want to hear these guys fixed the draft. We didn't fix anything. But we will plan, and we will talk about our plans, how we draft, and what strategy we're using. And we'll talk about it during the draft. So there you go.
I'm excited by the challenge of drafting 12th. It's not always bad, because I'm going to pick 13th also. I'm not going to trade Turner, but here we go. So as you guys are watching, you'll see we have the screen up for Yahoo. You can see what we're doing. You can see who's being drafted. Trey Turner went first. And so, all right, let's see. Ross, you're picking 6th. Kasey, you're picking 10th.
Yeah. So Trey Turner.
I'm batting 10th.
He's not the most – he's been pretty popular in the top 3. Aaron Judge has been the number 1 pick overall in a lot of drafts. He went 2nd. When do you think we'll see our first pitcher taken, guys? Predict. Go.
Well,
round 2.
I don't know. I mean, Corbin Burns.
Hey, Albert Mariquin's here.
Oh, nice. I have to get the comments ready so I can see. He says, good evening. And Chris Atwater says, top chat, hooray. Welcome, Chris.
Chris, welcome to the party, pal. Congrats on Alabama.
So Chris is actually picking. Where are you?
Alabama plays my Terps on Saturday.
I'm sure Chris is shaking.
I am. Well, it's interesting. I'm a fan of both schools. I went to Maryland, but I was actually born at the University of Alabama. So my father's an alum there. So I have to.
And your dad is Bear Bryant, or no? Your dad is Bear Bryant, or
my dad was Bear Bryant. No, but there is a picture of my brother when he was a baby being held by Bear Bryant after a football game.
It's a great one.
I just need to pause and just note: Jose Ramirez went 4th. He should have gone first.
I say Judge is still number 1. Now it's my pick.
Yeah. Judge it.
Oh, Mike Scherzer, first pitcher, went pick 5.
See, ooh. I'm taking a youth movement. I'm taking somebody that I feel I'm excited about this team that this guy's on, and I'll tell you guys why a little later. But I'm taking Julio Rodriguez.
Well, it's not a bad pick.
You were very high.
Really, Kasey, it's not a bad pick. He's a top 2 guy.
He's rated pretty high.
And I'm excited about the
Can somebody
Mariners.
explain to me why Blair Calvo is ranked 16th on my pre-rankings here?
I don't see that. What's happening?
I think I did that as a joke. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that.
Blair Calvo?
Calvo. Yeah, and a relief pitcher, NA, for...
I never heard of him. I know Blair Underwood from LA Law, an actor, very, very good actor.
I mean, I'll think about it. He's rated pretty high.
I'm gonna search Blair Calvo. He's ranked 1,297th on mine.
Now I got good news for Vlad. We see who's available, who's coming up.
Shh! Don't jinx it.
Okay, I apologize.
Yankees 28 are about to break my heart. They have in 10 seconds. My heart is broken. There it is.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Rat farts. Okay.
You got Ohtani.
I'm going to take the guy who I picked to. How do I draft him?
Just press the guy's name.
Click on the guy's name.
I picked him to win the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Alonso. I mean, he's good for 40 home runs a year and 120 RBIs. It's a great pick.
All right, Kyle Tucker goes there. So now,
now it's your pick.
I don't know who Yankees 28 are, but they're on my shit list.
I'm going to go, here I'm looking at some position scarcity. I'm take Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, you're not worried about the cap at all, huh?
No, not really.
Okay.
And curious what you guys will think about this pick, but I think this is one of the thinnest positions. So
I don't know why you haven't taken this guy yet.
Take Rafael Devers.
Good pick.
What do you think?
I like it.
I like third base is very, as you said, it's not the greatest position this year for hitters. So it's a good pick. He'll hit 300. and he'll have 20, 30 home runs. So it's a good pick in my book. I'd rather have Ohtani, but that's me.
It's just his position eligibility.
I took Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette was the other guy that I was thinking of taking, but
shortstop is deep. Shortstop is deep. Yeah, I know.
Bo Bichette has the most hits of any player in the past 3 years. So it's a great
and the reason I'm taking Bichette here is because of all of Ross's crazy freaking categories in this league. Like, so now, that stuff matters.
Ross, you're thinking I should be worried about Freddie Freeman? I'm not.
No, not worried, but I'm just saying, are you concerned? There's a difference. They're different in wording. I said, are you concerned about his calf? If no one knows, he hurt his calf playing for Team Canada in the World Championships.
It sounded minor.
It did sound minor because he even said like he's not playing, but it didn't say like he was hurt.
He called me on it. Sorry.
Chris Atwater has chastised Kasey for his language on our broadcast.
I deserve that. Thank you, Captain America.
Okay, so who do I take? Okay, I was thinking either Goldschmidt, Trout, Altuve, Machado.
Wow, that's a short list you're deciding between.
It's getting longer.
I'm going to take.
He's making an argument.
I'll take the local guy, Mike Trout.
All right. I hope that he has a monster season because having my keeper.
I know I took 2 outfielders, but you know what my rule is in the first couple rounds in the baseball draft is you just take the best player
available.
Best player. You don't care about position. I don't look at positions. I take the best player, and then I start concerning myself about positions very soon.
Now, there are going to be some people who are auto-drafting. For example, auto-draft deadbeats may be one of them. And are they going to end up selecting Edwin Diaz?
So is Gas House Gang.
Unless they fixed it.
If he's on the same board I'm on, he's going to be drafting Blair Calvo.
I still don't know what's happening with that.
I have no idea.
Order. On Yahoo, you can do your draft order. So I'll be an auto draft in about 30 minutes. And you'll see like how it works. Basically, you can do your own draft order. Like I took Story out. I took some players out.
Okay, now Chris Atwater says, short list, but Trout, seriously fantastic pick. So he likes your pick, Ross. Albert Mariquin has this question. Who is the closer for the Mets now?
Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Robertson.
It's either going to be David Robertson or Adam Ottavino.
But we think David Robertson has the inside track from what we're hearing. If you want to find out, go to Closer Monkey and ignore what they say. Exactly. They're wrong every time.
David Robertson had 20 saves last year. He can save games.
I'll make this prediction now.
Yes, I'm listening.
Because it's Steve Cohen. By May 1st, Aroldis Chapman will be on the Mets. Kansas City doesn't need him. They just want to get they're looking to get players for him. Who's more desperate for a closer right now than the Mets?
Okay, guys. So we're in the 3rd round now. Do we go and take a top tier pitcher, or do we go position? What's the plan?
In a 2-catcher league, do you actually go catcher this early? I wouldn't.
No,
I would not. But it's really going to be really interesting to see what we do with the 2-catcher league. I'm not going to tell you until after you guys have drafted. Then I'll tell you what I think.
I'm not taking a pitcher yet.
Well, listen, Ross, I'm picking at the turn, so it's a little different for me. At the turn, I'm going to take a pitcher for sure.
No, I'm going to take this guy can play shortstop or second, and he plays in a big
Marcus
ballpark.
Semien.
It's Marcus Semien. Casey, I'm going to start doing that, and you're going to predict who I'm taking.
Yep.
I like Semien. He hits home runs. He steals bases. He's a good all-around player. And
what's really going to help us? What's going to help us with our predictions is that we sat in on shows where you ranked players.
That too, and plus we know second base and third base are the 2 positions that are not the greatest for hitters this year.
Okay, now I do want to make a point. You were asking, would I draft a pitcher? And I was saying, I pick at the turn, so I'm definitely taking at least one pitcher. Okay. Because if I don't take a pitcher here, as deep as pitching is, there's too long of a gap for me to get my ace.
Listen, I'm not arguing with you. I think it's a good answer. When do you take a relief pitcher?
Well, In this league, I don't think relief pitchers. I'm going to wait a long time on relief pitching. I don't. It's only one category.
Yep.
And one category out of 25. I can't value it that highly.
No, it's actually out of 12.
Well, 12 pitching categories, but yes, when you're selecting a player, though, you're looking at 25 categories, and that's just one. Am I wrong?
Huh.
No.
All right. I'm going to go a little different than I had planned.
Flat to the bone. He's figuring it out. Jazz.
I like it.
Grissom Jr.
Okay.
Jazz has a lot of power. He was hurt last year.
Well, he qualifies at
there
second
you go.
base.
There it goes,
The
Edwin
answer
Diaz.
is Edwin Diaz. Whoever drafted him did not care to. He auto drafted and did not fix his order. So now he gets Edwin Diaz, who's out for the year.
I'm picking the old man.
40 years old.
Oh, that means he's going to have a bad year.
It's true.
Dan owns him. He's going to stink.
It's going to be really bad.
I disagree.
Let's see.
I have a guess. I'm looking at him right now.
I don't think you're him. Let's see. I bet you did not guess this.
No, I did not guess you were going 2 pitchers.
I didn't plan to go 2 pitchers, but when I looked at the hitters, I was like, who do I want more?
I still have Blair. If I miss a pick, Blair Calvo is going.
See, the groom is, I told you guys on the show like this week, he's like he can be really great or it can be a horrible pick.
Ross, I am going to go with your gut. Does that tell you who I'm taking?
Yeah, he's the one I predicted to steal the most bases in the American League.
Yep.
That's the other guy I was thinking about. But again, steals is only one category. Now, Chris.
Yeah, but he hits home runs and he's not a bad average hitter.
No, he's a great player. And I did think about him, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be easier to find a guy like that than Ohtani.
I'm surprised, man. You like Dylan Cease. You've been yanting and raving about him for many.
I'll tell you what. I do like
months.
Dylan Cease. I don't like him where he's ranked. You're too priced in there. Chris Atwater says 26 categories, not just 25 now, because we have 2 catchers. He's having the second catcher as a whole category.
Chris Atwater loves the 2 catchers. He loves our experimental.
He loves Ross.
He loves our experimental MFSN league. Oh, there goes Real Muto to Chris Atwater.
Literally for a catcher, but
catcher who steals bases in a 2-catcher league. I don't know. I don't think it's too early.
I'll take Dan's guy, Shane Bieber.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Dylan Cease. There's 2 ways to read Dan's guy.
Shane Bieber loves to strike out people, and
I still haven't taken a pitcher. I should probably do that soon.
You don't have to take. You can wait. Again, it's
pitching is deep, says the guy who took 2 pitchers. I don't know. I agree with Ross's kind of best player available though, and this is
that was just the first 2 rounds. I
don't always do it.
There was the first pick other than Edwin Diaz.
After the first 2 rounds, that theory's over with.
Edwin Diaz was an auto pick mistake, but that was the first pick where I'm like, wow, Nick Castellanos this early.
Yeah, that's surprising. Is that an auto draft?
Hunch? You never know. People may have a hunch. You know what I mean? Say, wow, this guy.
No, Clint McKinley is not an auto draft.
And look, there are so many times where people make a pick, and I think it's a bad one, and it turns out to be a great one. Happens all the time.
Didn't you have Arizona in the finals?
I had Arizona winning.
I had him. One of my things, I had him winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
I did.
So, I have 1 bracket left after how many hours?
Yep.
Guys, it's this year. I told you guys, there's no one dominant team.
Oh, auto draft just took Walker Buehler.
Ooh.
Buehler.
I wish somebody had my pre-rankings. I don't know how this Blair Calvo cat got at the top.
I wish I could see this.
I could share it if you wanted, but
okay, look, Chris, me, and Ross all had Arizona winning the whole thing. He says, "Go Nerds."
In one of them I did, and I forgot what I did in the other one.
Bryce Harper, auto draft.
Wow, auto
Walker
draft.
Bueller, Bryce Harper on the turn.
Okay, so auto draft deadbeats is going to be in some serious trouble here.
Rosarena is a good pick.
I like that pick. That's actually, I thought about taking a Rosarena when I took Ohtani.
Matt Olson, Ross's guy, went right before his pick. All right, Ross, what's your clue? See if we can guess.
Or should we just guess?
He's on a new team. He's going to have a monster year.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who is it?
Dalton Varsho.
No.
I think it's Carlos Rodon.
No. Jose Abreu.
I think it's Jose Abreu. I got it on the second guess.
I think he's in that lineup with the Astros, and it's just he's going to have a huge year.
I don't disagree. I think he is going to have a very good year. There's a lot of good players out there.
I know. I like him a lot because I feel he hits for average, and he'll hit you about 30 home runs.
God, I still think I'm not going to take a pitcher.
Pitching is pretty deep. I mean, it's the deepest position.
Deep.
When does Gunnar Henderson go?
What's he ranked?
His ADP is 90.
He probably goes.
One of the auto draft people is going to ruin this
3
game.
rounds.
That's
2
fine.
rounds.
Now the auto draft thing, this will happen in leagues.
Oh, great pick by Chris Atwater.
That's who I thought you were taking.
Yeah, you talked to. I hope he bounces back. He was hurt last year.
All right, I'm taking my first catcher.
Dalton Varsho.
Wow, second base is garbage.
That's why I took Jazz Chisholm so early.
Yep, I get it. Okay, now what on earth do I do here? Because Ozzie Albies was going to be my pick.
Give us a clue what you're doing before you pick, please.
Okay.
He's thinking about who he's going to pick.
This is somebody that I studied under.
Okay.
You should know that just from that clue. My economics professor.
Robbie Grossman.
Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson, the econ teacher. I was going to say that.
Okay, now, 2-catcher league.
Oh, here he comes.
Here he comes.
Salvador Perez.
He's an older guy. I didn't know he was like a 6'4". I didn't know he was so tall.
He's huge.
I had no idea.
Of course, actually, I'm 6'3", so I just said that somebody who's an inch taller than me.
He's a little thicker than you are.
He's a lot bigger, and
he looks like a linebacker.
Also, he's a catcher. I mean, catchers of that height.
Flat to the bone.
Did you guys see the catcher? Who was the really tall catcher? And there was this really short batter, and the catcher stood up, and the cameraman just didn't catch the top of the catcher's head at all. Did you see this?
No, was it Billy Barty and Steve Yeager?
All right.
No.
I'm going to take a pitcher.
Oh, pitcher.
I predicted him to win the Cy Young, so I'm going with my predictions.
You Darvish.
Alonso and Darvish.
That was your bold prediction that you Darvish would win the Cy Young.
Ross and everybody out there, you need to know this. Casey has a history with you, Darvish. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you went.
I know. He's driven me crazy.
And you know what? I kind of did it with Verlander, too. By drafting Verlander, he's going to have a terrible season because he only does badly for me. But
wow, was that Atwater? That Chris is Montgomery Brewster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. He's a Red Sox fan? Is that why he took Xander Bogaerts?
Well, he's a Red Sox fan. I don't know if that's why he took Bogaerts, but he's always liked Bogaerts. I know that.
Yeah, but he just went to the ballpark with the worst right-handed power numbers in baseball. So I would love to hear his.
Chris, let's hear your rationale. If you don't mind typing it in, tell us.
Or hell, if you want to call in.
I took Framber Valdez.
Framber Valdez, good pick.
who I was ranting and raving about because his numbers are just look at. I mean, just everything's great.
Yep.
I love this guy. Future Cy Young winner.
Yeah, we're flying through it now, and some of the relief pitchers are coming up. I still think it's way too early for a relief pitcher in this.
What round is it? I predicted a 6th round for relief pitchers, and
Edwin Diaz went pretty early.
Well,
he went a lot earlier than he should.
Well, Dander is just my boy. He'll do great, Kasey. All right, Chris. I root for you, so that's fine. I'm a fan of Chris Atwater, so I will not point out that I think that was not a good pick.
Wait, I think
we all know, guys. We all know we're going to trade a lot of players that are taken. So
that's true.
Surprised Kasey has not taken a guy that he rants and raves about every season, and the guy gets hurt every season. But Kasey loves this guy, and he's healthy. He's having a good spring. Byron Buxton.
He's healthy for now.
Okay, but you love him.
I don't know if Kasey wants to double down on that.
No, I love him from a distance.
Okay, fine.
There's David Robertson. So Clint McKinley is on the game there.
Okay, I'm going to say something that I always say, don't draft a rookie, but I'm drafting him just because I feel like it. And I feel he's going to have a big year. It's Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll.
He was going to be my pick if he got to me.
And the good thing about Corbin Carroll is I can trade him anytime to Dan.
It's true, probably.
And now, I like the youth movement, except for Trout.
Let's see. Wow,
Gunner,
tough calls here.
Gunner.
Ooh.
You know, I was looking at Seattle's roster and their pitchers and their hitters. They really have a good team. I mean, they got Hernandez, they got Rodriguez, they got some really good pitchers on that team. Castillo. I mean, they're a team to be reckoned with.
That's true.
I know. You know who else I like? If he comes back, I like to pick him up, draft him if I can get him. I always up on this guy every year, and every year he kind of screws me over because he gets hurt. Is Eloy Jimenez?
Oh, Eloy Jimenez.
Eloy Jimenez. Every year I'm always ranting and raving how great he is, and every year he screws me up.
Yep.
Will this be the year, Kasey? Will this be the year that he?
Oh, it's my turn to pick. Uh-oh.
Will this be the year that he'll have a big year? Is this it, Kasey?
Maybe. How much time do I have? Not a lot.
18 seconds. Give us a clue.
I
have to say, I'm kind of regretting not.
You know what? Forget it. I'll take him.
There he is.
The youth movement. Kasey did it. Gunner.
Only because I was running out of time and I needed to pick somebody.
No, you had plenty of time.
I had 9 seconds.
All right.
First of all, you should have your stuff queued up with all the picks that in order that you like already. So you're not.
I'm not paying attention well enough because I'm talking to you.
You can do it right now when you're talking to me. Just put the star next to their name. You just press it.
This is hard.
And all the guys will line up on the my Q side.
Hold on a second. This is some tough stuff here. I don't like some of my options here.
Kasey likes Nestor Cortez. I know he likes him.
I can't believe I'm going to go with another pitcher, but I
like that pick, though.
I think he's going to be so good.
The Houston team has great pitchers.
Now, I got to take a chance on the upside.
Here we go. Byron Buxton, Kasey Shienvold loves him.
Nicely
and he's
done.
Not on his team.
I needed an outfielder. I needed a guy with some speed.
That's why I'm going with this guy.
Well, he was the other guy I was choosing between, but I've never been sold on him, and
it's hard to trust.
Andrew Henderson is saying, "Great info, guys. Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate it. I hope you are getting good info. And weigh in. We want to hear from you. Tell us what you're thinking. We're in round we're in round 8 now. Lots of interesting stuff going on. I still can't believe I've taken 3 starting pitchers. This is the way drafts often go. You just don't let the draft come to you. I just felt, the 3 pitchers I have, guys, Verlander, he's probably going to suck because...
Hey, Adley Rutschman was just taken. That's who I was considering when I picked Gunnar Henderson.
I would have considered...
Honestly, but I didn't want to... I felt getting my second catcher this early felt like an...
It's a bit of a luxury, I would have to say. See, if you draft a catcher, high, then you can get your second catcher in the way that you would get a normal catcher in 2-catcher leagues. You just wait. So I'm waiting on relief pitching.
Beavers.
I'm waiting on my second catcher. What's that?
Why is taking this guy so long?
Oh, I thought you said Devers, but you said Beavers.
No, the team that's picked before me and they call it Beavers. I'm
Alejandro
taking
Kirk, one of 3 Toronto catchers. Andrew Henderson, tell us about your league. We want to hear about you.
I took Willie Ames. I loved him on the
on 8 is Enough.
8 is Enough in that show with Scott Baio. We took Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge with Nicole Eggert.
I'm in love with her too.
Who is not
terrific on Baywatch. Big fan. And yes, Willie Ames I took.
Yes, he actually took Willie Adames. Just
okay.
For any clarification needed.
Oh, there went Nestor Cortez.
There he is.
Clayton Kershaw, auto draft. Your team is awesome.
Well,
Walker Buehler.
I mean, Kershaw is not a bad pick.
I guess if you want to.
There's a lot of pitchers out there I would.
It's true, but it's not terrible. I mean, compared to Edwin Diaz and Walker Buehler, I like it.
That's true.
He got some value. There's Eloy Jimenez.
He's got light tower power. I mean,
Whit Merrifield, wasn't he like a first-round draft pick a couple years ago?
I don't know if he was first round, but he was way high up. I mean, he stole 40 bases.
Yeah.
Well, last year he still sold 31.
That's true. No, did he?
I think so.
I thought he stole like 16 last year.
Oh,
check that because I think that's why he's going so low. This league is really interesting too because position eligibility comes into factor even more, especially with the outfield positions. In a lot of leagues, we just have outfield, but here we've got left field, center field, right field. So you got to plan accordingly. Wait, did the guy I want go yet? No. Interesting. I got a plan for if this is not going to happen. This is another thing in the draft. Don't get your heart set on one player and just stare at that player, hoping they're going to come to you, and then they get picked. You better have a backup plan. So I'm working on mine. I see some players I like a lot. What?
Trevor Bauer. Is that guy auto drafting?
He must be.
No, Trevor Bauer, I told you I added the Japanese stats this year.
You didn't actually
Why
do
not
that,
another category?
Oh, there went my guy. Good pick, Beavers.
Dan said to add the Japanese stats, which I did. Trevor Bauer signed a contract with the Japanese team.
So it's my pick. Gleyber Torres.
That's why it's important to keep up with the headlines and find out what's going on. Let's update some scores in the college basketball.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing we know is that Arizona lost. It's like I didn't even notice that Princeton was playing them, but anybody who's playing Princeton in the first round, just stay away.
Auburn is up by 17 against Iowa. Duke is 23-48 over Oral Roberts.
Okay.
Texas is beating Colgate by 13.
I do not need this position, but I have to be part of the experiment of finding out what this guy does.
Vinny Pasquantino.
I have Freddie Freeman, so it's kind of ridiculous, but if Pasquantino's hitting great, I can trade Freeman for somebody else. Meanwhile, I can play him at utility. But who do I add here? I said have a backup plan, and I thought I did have a backup plan, and now I've lost track of who I had. He must have gone. That is unfortunate.
So look
no, he didn't. Here's my backup plan. But he's another guy I don't need. This is a problem.
Remember, in my league, there's utility and there's a middle infielder too.
Yes, middle infielder does it for me. Thank you, Ross.
Well, why isn't there a corner infielder?
I didn't feel like it.
Chris Atwater says Pasquantino is awesome. I agree. I think he could be a batting champion. It's going to be really interesting.
That's a huge.
Is his nickname the Salami? That sounds right.
Salami, who was.
Oh, I was going to take O'Neill Cruz. Crap.
O'Neill Cruz.
Okay, so I need a second catcher, second base. I need some outfielders. See, I like where I'm at now. You know, I filled some positions that I was a little more worried about, or in the case of second base, I was like, well, I just don't have anybody good, so that's fine.
All right, I'm going to hope this guy stays healthy, and he's going to be my middle infielder.
Carlos Correa.
I think that's good value.
He's a great player. I mean, if he's healthy, he's great. I'm nothing bad to say about him.
Thank goodness we have a middle infielder. I was looking at Wander Franco. I was like, I want him, but I don't need him.
All right. I have only taken one pitcher through 10 rounds.
Well, with the depth, I understand it, but eventually you got to get started.
I got to start taking some.
This guy's dead.
Cross him off.
You know, normally when I'd be drafting guys, just so you know, I would be adding people to my queue, but I can't do it here because it's showing everybody. What do you guys think? Should I just start adding?
No,
no one's looking at your queues. Dan, we love you, Dan, but they're not going to follow your lead.
Just tell me who you want in your queue, and I'll add them.
Doesn't that do the same thing?
Yeah, I know.
I guess I could text you.
No, I want you to tell me.
Oh, did I just see Tyler Stevenson go? I like that pick.
Of course, I wanted him.
I'm pretty happy with this team, I have to say. Which means they're going to be a disaster. Chris Atwater says, Kasey, you're not in that bad shape because he hasn't taken any pitchers. 0.
Oh, well, and Chris is somebody I respect. That's great.
He says, time to start?
Nah.
Chris, I think not. I'll take pitchers and we'll make a trade, okay?
You take all pitchers. I'll take all hitters.
We'll just take the best players available and just, even if we don't need them, and then we'll just rearrange our teams afterwards. For the people out there, don't do that. Never rely on other teams because you don't know what they're going to do. Unless it's Chris Atwater, you can rely on
who we trust. Right.
Thero Estrada.
Jesus. I like him very much.
Jesus. I like him very much.
Hunter Green.
Oh, Ross didn't know what to do with him, but auto draft will always take care of those problems.
Oh, yeah. The reason I added 2 catchers is because, you know, catchers really don't play every day. So I'm just thinking, like, at least if you have 2 catchers, at least we'll, like, make one catcher, like, play every day. It count as one. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because the days of, like, somebody catching, like, 100.
Like Johnny Bench. Yeah.
Yeah, those days, like Ivan, remember Pudge Rodriguez? He caught, like, 150 games a year.
That's unbelievable.
You know, I mean, now it's like, you'd be lucky if they catch 80 or 90.
By the way, I just want, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I added it. And I just thought maybe this gives you more of like, at least you have a chance to have one catcher playing a day.
Let me ask a question. Why is Jake McCarthy ranked 97th?
Because he runs.
He runs. He got stolen bases.
Yeah, well, that's true. Run,
but
Jake,
the value isn't the same in our league, so
right. Well, I see one of my picks coming up for sure. Huh. Oh, I see one I like.
I took
CJ Crone. He likes the power hitter in Colorado.
I like the power hitter in Colorado, yes. And I think playing in Colorado gives you a big advantage compared to playing anywhere else in Major League Baseball.
There goes Jake McCarvey. Yeah, I mean, I think CJ Cron is gonna take a step back, but can't fault a power hitter in Colorado. Andrew Henderson says this will be my first draft. Which position seems to be the most shallow? Andrew, I would go on record as saying I think that I think second base is probably the most shallow.
Second or third.
I say third base.
Third is pretty bad too. The deep positions to me are shortstop and starting pitcher. And outfield is not terrible. But I don't know. Is it second base or third base? That's the shallowest. Third base is certainly very top heavy. But second base doesn't even have that much at the top. But it has a little more in the middle.
All right, my turn.
But Andrew, I wouldn't worry too much about shallowness. Get the best players available and you can plug
I'm going to bet on this guy returning to form.
Oh, I like that pick.
Who is it? Freddie
Fastball Freddie.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick a guy who I think has already returned to form. And
you know who we always discount, like for the past couple of years where he's too old. He can't do it anymore, and he retired. Then he came back, and now he's like he pitches like every year now, and he's been pitching pretty well. Is Charlie Morton? I mean,
oh yeah,
I know. If he didn't break his toe, I probably would have.
I mean, it
wasn't Charlie. It was Musgrove who broke his toe. Sorry.
Yeah, Musgrove. But I'm saying Charlie Morton was like, remember he like retired and he was like, I don't want to play anymore. Then he was bored sitting at home and he just said, screw it, I'll play. And he's pitching okay.
That is.
Are you going to take Ian Happ or not, Dan? Yes or no?
I will take Hunter Dozier before I take Ian Happ. I'm kidding. I will take Ian Happ before Hunter Dozier. However, I don't want either. What do you think of my picks, guys? Oh, Casey's
I like it. Just let me.
Snell and Stanton. I felt like I got some good value there. What's that, Ross?
Casey likes Hunter Renfroe, Jose Miranda, Dustin May's available.
He likes Blair Calvo.
DJ LeMahieu.
What the heck?
Pick.
Oh, I got to pick somebody.
You can do it.
Oh, no.
Oh, I hate when that happens. The ambassador of Quan. I like it.
I like the other. I mean, he's not going to hit for power, but.
No, but in our league, I mean, this is an on-base percentage league also.
Yeah.
Chris Atwater says, I like Snell. That would have been my next pick. Thank you for that validation, Chris. It makes me feel even better about it. And it will
warm and fuzzy.
It will help me when he inevitably craters and I regret it. I will at least know I wasn't alone. I was pretty happy with the Stanton pick also. His batting average on balls in play was very, very low. And he hit like 35 homers in like 320 at bats or something.
That's good value right there. Nope. I was wondering when you were taking him, Ross.
I love Grayson Rodriguez. As I mentioned before, he's going to be the Rookie of the Year in the American League. And then, of course, Gunnar would be second. But that will be my last pick online. I have to go. As much as I'll be with you guys, I have an obligation with my son. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday to your son.
But I will put an auto draft, and I'll see how I do.
Let's see how you do. I mean, you got the most important times in, probably. And auto drafts, can sometimes do you good. Instead of overthinking something, you end up taking Edwin Diaz.
We'll see what happens. And I'm not worried because I know I can trade. I can trade with anybody in this league. So there you go.
That's right. Well, it's good to have a league where you can trade with people.
And I got a lot of core people, and Casey likes my team. So there you go.
I do. I'm a fan.
I just don't have any catchers. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later.
Ross it is good seeing you. Ross the boss out.
Okay. Talk to you guys later.
All right, man.
We're all alone, Case.
It's just you and me.
Just you and me and Chris Atwater.
On the road again.
And Andrew Henderson. And hopefully Albert Merrick is still here. I love drafting just live. It's a lot of fun. Let's see who we're missing here. I'm not crazy about Max Muncy, but that's auto drafters again. Let's see. Who are some picks that I've liked? Oh, I like this pick. Seiya Suzuki. I was going to check him out.
Yeah.
What do you think of this pick? Kodai Senga.
Somebody took him, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at him. I mean,
it's interesting.
He has that ghost pitch or whatever they call it.
Yep. Okay, I got to start paying attention because
I
now
know.
It's about time for me to pick again. There's some good players here. Okay, I got to look. I just have to see who's there for second base at this point. Is anybody worth it? Okay. I have an idea. Looking at catchers.
He's making an argument.
Okay, I have an idea. Now, let's see. Am I going to
Do I have my second catcher? I do not.
Yeah, it could be time.
Oh, Jesus Luzardo was going to be my guy. All right.
Of course he was.
Thanks.
That was a great pick by Chris Atwater.
Yes, it was. All right, I'm going to...
If you're going to wait on pitcher, he's the kind of guy you got to snag. There it is. Backup catcher, Sean Murphy. Starting catcher in a 2-catcher league.
Exactly right.
Jorge Polanco. Okay. Now, I'm going to go. This is taking a guy early, but the second basemen out there are absolute garbage, and this guy, I think, could do some good things.
Yep, I like him a lot, actually.
If you're going to wait on second base, I think that's not at all a bad
one of my favorite players in the 90s and early 2000s was Marquise Grissom. So I have a soft spot for
loved him. Now,
for that guy.
Who else?
I thought maybe you were going with Brandon Lau because I'm a fan. I think he could have a big bounce back too.
I like him, but instead, I'm going to go with another pitcher. I can't believe it.
Wow.
What do you think?
My only concern is innings pitched, but you just get other guys who eat innings because he's coming back from.
The thing is, this is a head-to-head league, though. Like if it was rotisserie, I might be a little more concerned about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna pick a pitcher that I'm betting on a bounce back.
Yeah, he was another one I was thinking about. I mean, Dustin May and Chris Sale I wouldn't say they're similar pitchers, but they're similar
value. Yeah.
So wait, who did you think I was going to go with?
I didn't think you were going to go with anybody.
I thought you said
I was thinking Brandon Lau for a second.
Oh, Brandon Lau. So right now, this is a time where I'll take stock of my team. I need a second catcher. I thought about a second catcher there, decided to go against it. I still need a left fielder. I need an outfielder. I have no relief pitching whatsoever.
Neither do I.
You know, there's going to be relievers that are going to come out of the woodwork that'll be totally serviceable. I mean, everybody knows the closer position sucks, but at least saves is just one category in this league. One out of
Ryan Mountcastle. I like that pick.
I do like that pick.
He is he hits the ball hard, man.
I was very high on him last year, if you remember.
What are your thoughts on John Birdie? The guy stole 41 bags last year. He qualifies at second, third, short, and left field.
Well, I think especially in a rotisserie league, he's very, very worth picking up because that kind of stolen base juice with that much position flexibility you're not going to be able to find that almost anywhere. I mean, there probably will be maybe one guy that's going to emerge that will surprise. Take Birdie. I think that's a great pick.
Paul Sewald.
Well, you know I've always been high on him. I'm a little worried about him with the guy behind him, Munoz.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad pick at all. That is a great pick, and Ross got it in auto draft. Luis Garcia. I should have taken Luis Garcia instead of Dustin May.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can't. I mean, it would have been a good pick. But both are good picks.
But, you know, this shows you your value changes day to day in your own valuation, because I had Dustin May higher than Luis Garcia on some of my lists, and it just didn't feel right this time. I was like, I should have taken Luis Garcia.
There's just still so many pitchers out there. I have 5 of them in my queue who, like, which is why I never end up drafting one, because I'm like, well, I'll get one of them on the wraparound.
Right,
but
exactly.
Truth is, I probably should draft them so I'd have 3 of them.
There's still a lot of good value out there. My God. Now let's see. When do you pick? You picked right before me, so I still could just put people in my queue. I mean, it would be good for the audience, wouldn't it?
Because most of the audience, other than myself, and I'm not looking at the screen, I'm looking at my own.
I mean, Chris is the only one who's out there who can actually take the information and use it to draft. So, no, I'm going to wait because there's some key information that I don't want to say yet. And this is part of the fun of watching a draft. You get to see what the strategies are and then talk about them. Auto draft deadbeats. I predict he's going to take Blair Calvo. Still don't understand what is happening with that. It's going to be something you and I are going to laugh about for years.
Forever. Yeah.
Chris says he already knows his next 3. That's good planning.
But do you have backups for each one?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Now, Jose Miranda's sitting out there, Case.
Yeah, but if
there were a corner infield spot, you might have him.
Yeah.
Now here, that's funny. Auto draft deadbeats takes Masataka Yoshida. I think that's going to end up being a good pick. Okay, so what do I need here? I need outfield, backup.
Eventually,
pitcher.
you and I are going to have to start taking relief pitchers.
Oh, God. Do I have to? Chris says, nope, fly by the seat of my pants. Listen, I know Chris Atwater well. That's exactly what he would do. He's very good at it, though.
Yeah, he thinks quick on his feet.
Yeah. But he's a very spontaneous guy.
I like the Pete Fairbanks pick. Charlie Morton there, good pick. Who did Ross auto draft this time?
Well, let's see.
Chris Bassett.
Oh, he liked Chris Bassett.
Yeah.
He's going to be happy with that pick.
What do you think of Riley Green sitting out there?
I have him on my radar. He's one of the guys I'm considering. I think, whenever a hot rookie doesn't perform well in that first season, you can get them at a discount the next year, and they're still the same talented guy. He's going to go soon. What do you think of Alex Verdugo, who just went?
He's solid. Like he's going to give. He's not outstanding at anything, but he's not going to hurt you at anything either. And there's some that, and that in and of itself at pick 175.
Yep.
Okay. I think this guy is going to have a big year. And so I'm going to take him.
Ooh, I like that pick. I think Alec Baum's going to have a big year also.
I think with Harper out, he's going to step up.
Okay, now what do I think of Riley Green being out there? He was my pick.
Well played.
I played it cool. I think I did pretty well.
I kind of knew you were a fan, which is why I mentioned him.
Now, we've got backup catcher, but here's the thing. This guy, he's not that great of a pitcher, but he's got a solid role where a lot of the other relievers just don't. So I think he's one of the last relievers that you can get who currently has that job. There were a lot of other players I would have wanted, though.
All right.
Okay. Andrew Henderson asks, Renfroe on base and runs. I think he's asking about, is that his value case? What would you say about that, Hunter Renfroe? I like
I like Hunter Renfroe. I mean, he's not Hunter Dozier. That's what we can say about him. I want a piece of the Houston rotation.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know you were commenting and picking at the same time, so I was like, "Whoa, what are the chances that Hunter Brown would go when you made that comment?" And yet now we know.
I like Hunter Renfroe. He's a cheap source of power. I mean,
well, and is he better? He's better in an on-base percentage league than batting average, right?
I think so. Yeah, he's what, a 240 hitter, or 250 hitter, but he gets on at like a 350 to 375 clip.
I think so. Yeah.
So, I mean, I like it. So now I have to find a relief pitcher, I think. Of course, I have to wait 20 picks for it, but
yeah. Okay, so now I'm looking at still need a backup catcher. No, I need a second catcher. I got to get past this backup catcher idea. There's no such thing as a backup catcher. Well, there is, but I wouldn't do it.
Probably not now.
I need a left fielder. So do I have, looks like, I don't have any. Okay, how many bench spots do we even have? We got 5 bench spots.
I know your favorite Hunter Dozier's out there.
Ooh, I like that pick. Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah. As long as he keeps his hands to himself.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm not commenting on his personality. But it is interesting. In fantasy sports, it does feel a little dirty when you
it does. Oh my god.
Like when I traded for Deshaun Watson at one point, and I was like, I can't do it. Can someone take him, please?
Did somebody overpay?
Yep. And instead they underpaid. Auto draft deadbeats continuing to have one of the best second half teams. Liam Hendricks, though, our thoughts go out to him.
Yes, please recover. Get healthy.
Yep. We're really thinking of him. There goes Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah.
Also a wide receiver on the Raiders. No, probably not anymore. There goes Jose Miranda.
Not a bad pick.
All right. So now we're starting to think about bench spots. Head-to-head so different also. You got to plan for just a whole different set of variables. Nico Horner, I like that pick. Oh, there's some good players out there.
I know.
And almost all of them are at positions I don't need.
Yes.
I don't like that.
I'm going to have to be ready to pick here soon, it looks like. That was a good pick. I like Lourdes Gurriel. I mean, Chris, I am a fan of your draft, buddy. I got to admit it. As much as the Bogarts pick I didn't like, everything else so far, I think you've been doing a really nice job. You had me at hello. Okay. Just because I want to have a piece of this guy. I mean, I don't even know if he's going to be healthy to start the season, but I want to see what it is. I want to ride that ride.
Yep. It's hard to not want to ride that ride. What do you think about him in our keeper league? Where do you think he's going to go?
First round.
And to who? Should I take him?
I don't know. I mean, he would be in consideration. I don't know if he would be my pick, but he's in consideration for me if he gets to me.
There's the player I wanted. Okay. Going with another pitcher here. Then
yep, you liked him.
What's that?
I said you've liked him. I know.
Yep. And now I'm going to go with a rookie who's going to gain second base eligibility.
Yes,
Miguel Vargas.
He's in my queue.
Well, I just figured with Grissom as my starting second baseman, you bring in Vargas, you're hedging your bets a little bit, and you both have huge talent. Chris Atwater says, thanks, Kasey. I had my wife take over a half hour ago. Trissy is fantastic at this.
Yeah, she can.
Trissy would be hilarious about this. If you asked Chris's wife about these players, she's pretty knowledgeable about sports in general, but I don't know about baseball. Chris, as I recall, Trissy's more of a football girl, and mostly because of you. But Chris has the greatest. I'm sure they still have this setup. They have a deck, or at least they used to. They don't live in the same place, so they probably have a different thing. But they used to have a deck with multiple TVs, and we went to visit them once, and we would just watch multiple games. It was like a sports bar at their house.
That's wonderful sounding.
Okay, what are the chances that I'm going to take Jose Berrios?
Low. Well, I would have said about the same as you taking Justin Verlander, but you took him.
Well, Verlander, that's just playing with a jinx. He's a great player. I mean, Berrios completely burned me last year. Did you draft
your backup catcher yet?
Not yet.
I'm going to give you a name that he's probably not on your short list, but I will make a 25-cent wager right now that he ends up higher ranked than whoever you would have picked in his place.
Interesting. Let me see if I can guess. A backup catcher, you said?
Well, he's not a bat. He's going to be your second catcher.
Second catcher.
Yeah.
I keep doing that. I'm going to guess you were talking about Christian Vasquez.
No.
All right. Oh, look at that. Ross on auto draft gets the Reds closer.
Oh, the last 3 picks were my next 3 on my queue.
I like Alexis Diaz. He has a role, and he pitched great last year. Duran, Holmes, these are the relief pitchers.
Those were the 3 I was getting one of those 3 with my next pick.
So let's see who's left in relief pitching.
Don't say it out loud. I got one in my mind.
All right. Well, there's still a couple of values. Chris Atwater says, "You're right, Dan. She is all football. Glad you remember the Joe Horn section fondly. I sure do. I want to do it again."
Joe Horn. That's awesome. Was Joe Horn the one who had the Sharpie in the goalpost? No, he had the cell phone.
He had the cell phone.
Who
was the Sharpie?
Terrell Owens, I think.
Was that to you?
That was back when celebrations were real.
That's right.
Pablo Lopez is a very good pick, stealing third. I think he's going to be a sneaky.
I still don't have a starting left fielder. That scares me. So let's see. Left fielders. Who do we got? Huh.
Well, let me look at my outfield list. There went another catcher. He's right field, but I really like him.
I like that catcher pick, by the way.
Danny
Gary
Jansen?
Sanchez, the one before it. Did you see it? Danny Jansen?
Yeah. I said there goes another one of Toronto's.
So who is this catcher you're talking about?
I'll wait till it's closer to your pick and let you decide. As Fearless is picking, I will give you the name.
Okay. All right. So I think I know who I'm going with there. Yeah, I think I have my players in mind, unless they go. I need a backup. Who do we have at relief pitcher? Oh God! Oh
yeah, it's barren.
Man,
we waited a little too long.
Yeah, but you know what? I have one. If I just pick up another in this league, that suffices.
I don't even have one. That's the problem.
Well, that might be a little bit of a problem, but you'll be able to pick them up. Well, there goes Scott Barlow. Ross is going to have like 4 closers because he's auto drafting. Here goes Chris Atwater. I'm going to
like the pick.
Oh, that is a good pick. I think
at this point, that's good value. Yeah,
it's incredible value at this point. I'm not huge on Brandon Drury, but at this stage, and especially in head-to-head, definitely. I wish Harrison Bader hadn't gotten hurt because he's a big sleeper of mine, or was. Oh, God, there's some tempting things to do that I just shouldn't do. Such good value, though.
Drew Rasmussen. Okay. Crap. I think this guy is going to be the closer. I don't love it, though.
Oh, you really jarred something loose there, Tiger. I'm going to throw movie quotes at you. Well, he's supposed to be the closer. I think it's a very solid pick for somebody who needs a relief pitcher. Now, okay, you said you'd say it.
Logan O'Hoppe.
Really? Well, Travis Darnaud was who I was going to pick. So that sucks for me. O'Hoppe? Who?
Yep. Logan is his first name. O'Hoppe. He was part of the trade that brought Brandon Marsh from the Angels to Philly. Look at his numbers from last year.
All right. Well, this is the outfielder that I'm going to take.
All right.
For left field.
Yeah.
He's a little sleeper pick of mine. Now, I really do probably need a catcher here, but at the same time, I don't like the value of the players that are out there. So I don't think I'm going to go with a catcher here. I'm just not. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pick somebody who I think is going to have very good value.
So we have a 25-cent bet. Oh, that hurts. I'm both sad for you, but also feel sad myself.
That's the way Mondesi is. But here's the thing. He's going to qualify at lots of different positions.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is Jose Leclerc the closer in Texas?
I mean, he would be the guy I would bet on, yes. But it's crowded and it's not totally clear. I believe he is.
Okay.
I did not love that Mondesi pick, but I'm just looking at. I'm like, why would I take a backup catcher when I could take a guy who could
lead the league in steals as easily as he could be he could either steal 55 bags or play less than 55 games.
Well, he could play less than 25 games.
What do you think he will have more at the end of the season? Stolen bases or games played?
That's going to be close. I think he's going to play more. I think he's going to play more games.
Well, that's good for you then.
It is, but I think he's going to play about 50 games. And he's going to steal about
45 bags then.
No, he'll steal about 25.
Aaron Ashby's that's a good bet at this point.
Yep. Again, Chris Atwater with another good pick.
Dude, I love that Furman beat Virginia.
That was, it's madness every time.
UVA seems to always be in the big upsets.
Well,
weren't they the number 2 seed that lost to a 15 seed? Josh Rojas.
No. They were the 1 seed.
Were they were
the first 1 seed
16?
To lose to a 16. And by the way, Virginia, basically in recent years, they've choked every year. And then 1 year they won the whole thing. It was crazy. Now, Rowdy Tellez was the other guy that I was deciding between Tellez and Mondesi. I didn't need either. And their talent level at this stage in the draft was just way too high to pass up.
Joey Gallo. There's a left fielder you could have had.
Yeah, that's true.
Your boy Harrison Bader's still out there.
He is. But what's his injury status?
I think
expected to miss 6 weeks.
He's no Bleak, right?
And he only has center field eligibility too. I just don't see it. It's interesting because I invested in pitching pretty deeply, but if Dustin May and Brady Singer don't come through that well, my staff might not be that good anyway. Interesting stuff. Okay, so I'm in the market for a relief pitcher and a second catcher. God, the relief pitching is horrible now. Woo! Oh, that's some bad stuff. I don't even know if I can handle it. I can't handle the truth. Jesus.
I need 1 pitcher spot, and then it's just bench.
Okay, I need second catcher Well, I do need bench spots, but the question is, what bench spots? I need somebody who can play in the outfield.
So,
yeah.
Is Kendall Graveman the closer to be now in Chicago?
That's the word on the street. His numbers were terrible, though.
Yeah. Do I really need another? I have 3 relief. No, they put Hunter Brown in my relief pitching. So I only have 2 potential closers. All right, then I will take. I'm debating between him and Sir Anthony Dominguez.
What a name!
I know. I want to be named Sir Anthony. Like, hi,
that's
I'm
amazing.
Sir Anthony.
What if he gets knighted?
It's Sir Anthony.
Exactly.
I am Sir Josh Naylor. I actually would consider drafting his brother at the end of the bench.
Especially in a 2-catcher league? Absolutely. Yeah. Chris Atwater says, unless they win the national title. That's right. Exactly. Virginia, they either choke or win the national title. It's crazy. And I always picked Virginia to go far back in the days.
Where did Chris Atwater go to college?
Chris has been to a lot of different schools, and he's worked at a lot of different schools. So, Chris, remind me of your resume. You have so many schools.
Apparently, Chris believes Gregory Soto is going to be the closer in Philadelphia.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I
don't think
I have a different idea about that.
I don't think you're him. Well, don't they have Craig Kimbrell?
They do. They have Kimbrell. They have Sir Anthony at VCU, baby. I remembered VCU was at least one of them. There goes Harrison Bader to Yankees 28.
Yeah.
Clearly a Yankees fan. Well, I actually think it's a good pick. I mean, I'm
going to put this guy on my bench because I'm a Yankees fan too.
Oh, you have Jordan Walker and Anthony Volpe.
Yes.
That's funny. Okay. Chris Atwater, Skidmore undergrad, VCU for master's and PhD. And you worked at George Mason, as I recall. Okay, this pick I love. I can't believe he's available.
That's who I was debating between. Anthony Volpe and Jared Kelenic.
I'm very happy with that. Now, the question here is Austin Meadows, Austin Hayes, or Estuary Ruiz.
You know who I love, but he's a 1-category guy.
Yeah, I don't know if I can take him. But, in head-to-head, it's very useful.
Yeah?
I got to make a decision, don't I?
You have 10 seconds. You really jarred something loose, Tiger.
Oh, no, I'm going to end up auto-picking. That's who I wanted to auto-pick. That's hilarious. I mean, I didn't want to auto-pick him. I was like, wait a minute. Why am I going with an outfielder when I can go with Andrew Heaney? That's hilarious.
Funny.
It was the reverse of
Gavin Lux. That's a rough pick, Fearless. He's out for the year. Okay, so now I have to pick.
Look. Okay, once you pick, we'll talk about this. All right. Now listen. Look at who I was searching. Do you see in the search function?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look. In the search function. Oh, it is Heaney.
I was literally looking for Andrew Heaney.
Yeah.
But I was stuck in outfielders.
I
didn't shift sets fast enough. And then it worked out.
I actually think, looking at the screen now, Colton Wong is kind of sneaky value at this point.
Absolutely.
Skidmore undergrad.
I need second catcher, second reliever, and bench guy.
I mean, I know that the closer in Boston is Kenley Jansen, correct?
Look, Chris Atwater just picked up Austin Meadows. He was the outfielder I was probably going to draft if I.
But I like John Schreiber a lot.
Yep. All right, let's see. I can get another.
Noah Syndergaard. I can't believe I might get this pitcher this late in the draft.
Ooh, let me see if I can guess who this is going to be. Starting pitchers this late in the. Are you talking about Jack Flaherty?
No.
All right. Are you talking about? Please don't say Jose Barrios.
No.
You're talking about. I see some potential values, but nobody's jumping out at me hugely. Hold on.
Well, I'm going to draft him next, so you'll.
There is one guy I like there more than the others, but I'm not going to tell you who it is yet.
You can tell me after I pick. I also really like this guy. God. Have you gotten your backup catcher yet?
Nope.
I'm going to text you somebody.
Jesus, it's getting worse and worse as drafts tend to go. You're going to text me somebody? I will check my texts. Okay. Oh, that's smart, Kasey.
I'm just telling you, as a second catcher.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's qualified. He's not qualified. He's qualified at utility for some reason, but he'll get eligibility.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart.
I mean, the only other one I like, so that's, well, there might, other than O'Hop, who I already told you about, is I think this guy could be a good second catcher too.
Let me see. Yeah, I like him. But is he available? He's not available.
Is he not?
No, I don't think so.
Let's check. He's taken. Never mind.
I would happily take him. Well, what's going on with Elias Diaz?
I don't know. He's in Colorado, right?
Yes, he is.
I mean, as long as he has the majority of the at-bats.
Says he's expected to be the starter.
Then I would take him.
I think he's going to be my pick.
All right, 28 Yankees.
I'm officially going to add him to the queue.
Clark Schmidt's still out there. He's a good sleeper pick.
Oh, he is.
Frazier. Here's the pitcher I'm excited to take.
Interesting. All right, I don't know. I'm not very up on him. Didn't he throw a perfect game?
He did. And he was a number one pick, like top prospect.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get Elias Diaz as my second catcher.
All right.
And then I have this guy as a pretty good sleeper pick at starting pitcher. But
there's only 2 picks left.
I know, and I'm so thin on the bench too. Let me just think for a second.
Yeah, I guess. Who do I have on my bench? I have one pitcher, and I have Jordan Walker and Anthony Volpe. So I don't have people who have jobs.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead.
That's what I just queued him up too.
Yeah, he's shown some great peripheral numbers. Now, I only have one relief pitcher. How many relief pitchers do you have? 2?
I have Leclerc, Evan Phillips, and Kendall Graveman.
Yeah, there's some really bad pitchers left. They're not bad pitchers. They're
not bad people.
They're not bad people.
I think this guy could be huge.
Oh, Oscar Colas. I like that pick. When did Kimbrel go?
Oh, he's gone? I don't know.
He's gone. Where did he go?
Can you check that? It doesn't say when. Drafted 124th by stealing third.
Oh, that was a little early.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to be the closer.
Yeah.
Andrew Henderson says, what do you think about C.J. Abrams? Well, Andrew, I drafted C.J. Abrams in a keeper league early last year. He did not pan out for that year, but we all think he's going to bounce back pretty nicely.
James Karinchak, you're betting on Clase to struggle. But Karinchak's stuff is filthy.
See, I think what it's not necessarily
he's
that
looking
he's
at
betting
his
on him to struggle.
Peripherals. Yeah,
it's just simply that if he does step into that closer's role, even for a short period of time, he's going to be one of the best closers in baseball. I wonder if Ross is going to like the Flaherty pick. Now, is Kyle Finnegan the closer in Washington?
I don't know.
Could be used in a fireman. Used in a fireman role on the Washington Nationals does not sound very inviting to me. I have Mr. Irrelevant coming up. Got to take flyers at this point. I agree, Chris. Let's see. Who did you take? His last. Oh, well, James Karinchak. Yeah. Maybe if he cuts that hair. Yeah. Maybe. I think though, CJ Abrams, I think he can have a lot of value, especially in keeper and dynasty leagues. Like if people are down on him, I'd go after him. I think he's going to rebound pretty nicely.
What do you think of Tristan Cassis in Boston?
I like him.
At this point in the draft.
If I didn't have Freddie Freeman and Vinny Pasquantino,
yeah,
I'd think about it. Well, I'm not going to win a lot of saves. But I can win a lot of the starting pitching categories instead. Now, let's see. Do I really want to pick a subpar relief pitcher? Or do I want to just get somebody good on the bench? Still some good players out there. Let's see.
I think you should draft Scott McGough.
That's not a bad pick, actually.
I'm just saying. I think he's going to get the closing job with Melanson being hurt. And then you pick up Melanson and shove him in your IL spot. Are you there?
I'm there, but I'm thinking about taking Trevor Story.
Why can't I hear you?
You can't hear me? Why can't you hear me?
Dan, are you muted or is it me?
I shouldn't be muted.
Now I hear you.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was me. Did you hear what you didn't hear anything I said?
I heard some things you were saying.
I said I think you should pick Scott McGough.
Okay, but instead I'm going to go for this guy because if he ends up taking over the closer role, he is going to be nasty.
Not Jose Barrios?
No.
You went right before.
Well, guys, it looks like I didn't even realize this, but my computer battery is running quite low. If I suddenly disappear from this computer, I'll still be here on this one, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to close out our draft board. We'll let us talk it over. What do we think? Let's wrap up. We'll wrap up for a couple minutes here. Chris Atwater says, yes, subpar relief pitcher. I'm going to close this down. Case, what do you think about your draft?
I actually don't mind it. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see if it's already populated in my team. My bench, 5 bench spots is so few.
It is so few, especially in a league this deep with 2 catchers.
It's like I have one pitcher on my bench and 4 batters, 3 of which are NA.
Yep. Wait, hold on. Has it populated?
Colas. Yeah, it has.
All right, hold on. I'm going to mine. Yeah, oh, man, these are really, really short benches. My God. I mean, the nice thing for me is that Mondesi will be on the IR in a matter of a couple minutes.
Right.
And then I can add
he might have hurt himself going home from spring training today.
Poor guy. He's so talented.
I mean, I don't mind my team.
I'm pretty happy with my team overall.
I went a little younger than I had planned, but you know me, I always tend to.
Yep. There's one player I regret taking some. Can you guess who it is?
Let me look at your team. Yes, I know exactly who it is.
Say it.
Justin Verlander.
No, actually, I don't regret that yet, but I will, I'm sure.
One player.
Verlander is a player who, if I own him, he's terrible. And all the years that I don't own him, he's great, which is why he's going to be
Byron Buxton?
It's not Byron Buxton. It's just Mondesi. I'm just like, I drafted him last year. He was a pain. Why do I have him again?
Oh, you drafted him in this league.
But at least this league, I drafted him for very cheap. So yes. We'll see how it goes. Guys, it has been a pleasure. For Ross the Boss, Kasey, Vlad to the Bone, Shienvold, I'm Dr. Dan Ratner. It's been great being here with you guys. Chris Atwater, thanks for being here with us. Andrew Henderson, thank you for your comments and questions. Albert Mariquin, we hope you were with us that whole time. And check out our Thursday show. We have a Tuesday and Thursday show. Kasey, when is the Tuesday show with you and Ross?
The Tuesday show moving forward will be at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And then the Thursday show with all of us is 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, and I may be able to join on those Tuesday days now that you moved it earlier, so we'll see. But next week, we're going to have our relief pitcher rankings, and that will close out the rankings going into the draft. Hopefully this draft got you ready for your draft as you watched the strategy, you watched how things unfolded, and really interesting draft. We'll see how it plays out. We'll talk about this league throughout the year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, it is a pleasure. And by the way, Chris Atwater says, pitching is free, Kasey. Pick him up when you get. And then he ran out of space. Oh, whoa. Hold on. That was early. He said, I like my batters, but my pitching stinks. That being said, pitching is less valuable in this league, my opinion.
And he's right, because there's so many categories.
It's true. Andrew Henderson says, thanks, guys. Thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Guys, we look forward to spending more time with you. Come check us out. We'll keep giving you as much information as possible, including strategy. We love to talk about it. Thank you so much, Kasey.